Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I will be making a dish for everyone where you can kind of use up all the leftover vegetables that you may have in your fridge. So for example, for the last dish, if you had any extra ingredients left over, you can throw it all into this dish. And I think this is actually what this dish was originally made for as well, is that if you have any scraps of different vegetables and leftovers, you can throw it all in one pot and just stew the shit out of it. In Mandarin, this dish is called 乱炖. I think in China you can also call it 东北乱炖, which literally means northeast. What's 乱炖? Chaotic stew, and it really is that. I mean, there are countless numbers of recipes on how to make this, but I think the main three ingredients that everyone can agree on are potato, cabbage, and aubergines. Now, when Mum made this for me when I was younger, she would always use this kind of beans. I think it's called runner beans in English. In Mandarin it's called 芸豆. I cannot find that in the UK. It does not exist. I mean, I can probably grow them myself and harvest it in summer with fall, but you simply cannot find that in the shops here. I live in Bristol. In London I think I found it, but in Bristol they don't have any. And I guess in northeastern China, because it's quite cold, and this is a very hearty stew, so it's something that's enjoyed a lot in late autumn in northeastern China. So the ingredients you will need today are potatoes, of course, aubergines, cabbage. You could also use the Chinese kind of cabbage, which is a lot flatter and rounder, a bit flatter, a bit rounder. I think in Mandarin it's called 大头菜. We will also be using tomatoes, my favorite, Chinese long green chili. This is an interesting addition. I've never had it growing up, but I tried adding it last time when I made it, and I thought it tasted great because I like corn. So just some sweet corn cobs. And the sauces that we'll be needing. Soybean paste, sweet bean paste or sweet flour paste, and this is kind of my little secret ingredient. Mei furu, which is a type of fermented tofu. It's very strong. It is very strong of this kind of fermented taste. I love it, but my partner says it's just too much for him. But this will give the dish a real umami taste to it, a really deep flavor. So I suggest you get some, and then we'll be adding some of this into the soup. Last time when I made it, I've also used tomato puree, and that also tasted quite nice. So feel free to substitute it, but I'll be using this just to give it a Chinese spin on it. One last thing that we'll be using is 红烧肉. So 红烧肉, again, will give it some depth of flavor because it's meat, and the way you make red 红烧肉, which is red braised pork, is you use quite a few different spices and you stew it down. So it will give the dish some flavor, some spicy flavor, but also some oil and some depth. But if you want to make this dish vegetarian/vegan, just skip the pork. Honestly, with this, it'll be deep enough. But you know me, I like strong flavors. It's got to be spicy, it's got to be salty, it's got to be umami. I like everything extreme. So, hence why. Just cut it into chunks, bite-sized chunks. For the aubergines, cut them into large chunks as well. By large I mean bite-sized. you want to first cut out the center. There we go. And just cut it into chunks as well. Bite-sized chunks. This is what I love about Northeastern cooking, is that a lot of the dishes are not about presentation or about how pretty it looks. It's, you know, it's just about eating. As long as the flavors are there, it's intense, it's delicious, it's oily, it's all good. And again, this is how you do a rolling cut. You turn it about 90 degrees. And you make a cut perpendicular to the previous cut face. And you turn it around, and you turn it around. For the sweet corn, I would just cut it in half. If you don't have a knife that is powerful enough to cut them in half, don't worry, just put them in whole. So I'm just heating up some oil here. The green peppers and the cabbage. Tomatoes. Look at this color. Corn. And the aubergines. You want to add enough liquid to kind of cover most of the vegetables. Ooh, that's probably about 2 tablespoons already. And 4. There we go. Sweet bean paste. One, 4. 1, 2, 3. Kind of like brie, like very soft brie, and so when you gently squeeze it, it will just all like disintegrate. This is pretty good. The liquid is reduced, but we still have some broth left. I like it like this because I like to soak my rice in the broth. But you can reduce it to however much liquid you want. But I like mine with a little bit of liquid left. So this is what it looks like. Don't know if you can see that. There you go, let me put it down here. This is what it looks like. quite colorful. You have some green, some red, some yellow, and the meat as well. I'm going to try a bit of the aubergines. Right. So I stewed this for about 40 minutes, and the aubergines, although I didn't fry it, it's still very much gooey and soft. The potatoes are all completely squishable, very sort of mushy. I'm not gonna try the corn because that's just too difficult to try on camera, and it's not gonna look classy at all. The cabbage is nice and crunchy and sweet. Oh, the pork! Oh, how can I forget about the pork? Here we go. Oh, the pork is so good. It still has all of the flavors of the spices that it was braising in, but it has also lent all of its flavors into the soup. And the soup is very deep, very umami, a little bit spicy, a little bit sweet from all the vegetables and the sweet corn. And it's just actually, it's actually a really rich broth. Perfect for a winter day like today. I hope you enjoyed this episode, or this episode. And I will see you in the next video. Thank you.